One of my favorite things that are going on now that I have so much scale on Instagram is when people leave a comment and they think they're trolling me and it's the biggest compliment. Gary, you say the same shit. It's my single favorite moment in my career right now.
How many people do
I'm
you...
like, yes, I do.
But that's good. That's because it's the same.
And what makes me talented is I say it in 1,800 trillion different ways.
Repetition.
And I will always say it in the newest places to say it. And it will be contextual to TikTok and LinkedIn, just like it was for Twitter and Instagram. And I'll eventually catch you at the moment that you're ready to hear me.
Exactly.
After you go to all the other shortcuts and all the other things that you don't want to be doing it my way, slow, shitty, right, kind, good, giving. When you hate that because you want fast, quick, a lot, and you go through it all and none of it works, or my favorite one, when it worked and then it collapsed. My best people consuming my content for me are the ones who actually had success for a minute in the other way and it all came down.
Right, exactly.
And then they realized why and they come. Not the ones that don't have success fast. They're also good. They believe in my way, they didn't get success. The one that's most interesting to me is she fucking did it. She made a ton of money in 18 months and all went away.
What are some of your daily habits that you do daily to keep you as on point?
I make pretend that my family dies.
You make pretend that your family dies?
There's something I do, maybe not every day, but comes through my head pretty often. If you asked me why I'm me, it's because every day, every other day, no shorter than minimum once every 4 days, I will role play in my mind the tragic death of somebody in my inner family.
Really?
Really.
Okay, and what do you do with that information?
What I do with that information is I use it as the framework to keep everything in perspective.
Okay, sounds good.
It's really easy for me to be okay with the 3 bad news things that I got today about lost revenue at Vayner, when yesterday I made pretend that a tree landed on my dad's head and killed him.
So you keep perspective.
I'm being serious.
No.
I know it's ludicrous. Back to, I say different shit. I really mean what I'm talking about. And because I'm good with feeling feelings with myself, it really works because I get really sad and scared and really don't want that to happen. And then I'm super thankful that that didn't happen and everything else is, one of my best friends lost his father last night.
Oh my
Real life.
I'm sorry.
Right? And he's really, really sad. And all the shit we've been talking about for the last year around business and other things just miraculously didn't matter at all for the last 3 months that he's been in the hospital every day and every second. Just doesn't fucking matter. So if that's what we all do when it happens, why not live like that when it doesn't happen?
That's 100% true.
There's no question that I am much happier than the majority of the universe because of perspective, and it is completely predicated on the singular variable of health of the people I love. It is old Eastern European grandma talk.
Right.
My grandma and my great grandma would only, talk about health. When you're in something that has youth culture in it, you see somebody doing something special that you're proud of for them or happy for them or envious of them, and they're 19, you're like, damn.
Right.
My whole thing is like, don't look at them. Look at the other 4 billion people that are 80 doing shit. Right. Everyone's like, but Gary, look at Mark Zuckerberg, he's 25, or look at fucking Chance the Rapper, he already did. I'm like, what about the fucking 8 trillion fucking people that are 80 doing shit and still haven't broke through? Why are you looking at the 0.0000001% to judge your happiness? Why don't we look at the fucking masses?
Right. Okay.
Us sitting in this room, us being in America, we're already winning.
Thanks.
Perspective.
Perspective.
And once you see gratitude and opportunity, life is fun. When you think something's suppressing you, it's easier for you to feel suppressed, minority, all that. I get it. That's true. That's actually true. But once you get into what am I gonna look at, a lot of things are true. What was true for me is I spent the first 20 years building my parents' business for them. That was my truth. Like, lots of things are true. Kobe's life was good, and then had a tragic end. Like, life, there's a lot of truth. But people, you get to decide if you're gonna dwell and play prevent defense, or if you're gonna see opportunity and be grateful and go on offense. That's what I'm trying to get people through. I could sit with anybody. Show me the richest white male in America and he'll cry about some shit like his mom was horrible. You know what I mean? Like you pick.
Everybody have a story.
Yeah, show me, and then everybody knows somebody who's got all sorts of fucked up situations and they're happy. That's called perspective.
You're right.
I know. Everybody can talk about somebody who's happier than them that has it way worse and sadder than them that has it way better, right? And if that's true, which it is for everybody if you think, then that becomes the actual game. That's what I think about. And that's what I'm trying to make popular. And that's why I think it's making an impact. Because it leads to a nice place, you know?
Great impact.
Yeah, because I come from a place that's more zero, and so and the way I talk to people in that spot is not looking down at them, and it's not even trying to inspire them. It's just real. Everything I just said sounds inspirational, it's actually practical. It's not rah-rah shit, like you can do it.
Right.
It's how are you choosing to look at your life? And then if you practically realize opportunity and be grateful for whatever the fuck you have, because somebody's always got it worse, well then it starts getting interesting. You have to do the thing that you actually feel. Whatever the practical part of you, like, so I believe, and I hope I get to see it, but I think it's gonna take some time. I believe that intuition is uncomfortably misunderstood in society. And I hope, like alcoholism and mental health, that I'll be on earth when we get to talking about intuition in a far more thoughtful way than we talk about it now. So I live, sure, in a way where my intuition trumps every thought I have. Every logical thing that you can tell me, if my chemicals are telling me something else, there's not even a debate. If my chemicals tell me I have to live underwater like a fish right now in a submarine, I would literally walk out of this room right now and do that. I think you have to start trusting your intuition. And if you're asking that question, you already know the answer. You're just dealing with the fear of the ramifications. And the way I talk about fear of ramifications is the following. You have to be humble and empathetic. Let me explain. A lot of times people don't want to do something else because it financially hurts them and they don't have the humility to live by taking one step backwards. A lesser home, a lesser car, a lesser vacation, right? So that's the humility that's needed to make the jump. And then empathy. The reason most people don't make jumps is they value other people's opinions more than their own happiness. Instead of being mad at yourself or even them, I try to get people to understand, be empathetic to your mom and dad. They love you, that means they're scared. By nature, love means fear. So if you're going to be a stand-up comedian after you decided to spend all this money on education, they're gonna be scared. But don't be mad at them, and definitely don't be scared for yourself. You just know you need to go do it. You have to be empathetic that of course they're gonna be scared or pissed if they paid for your education. But it's your life. And I can promise you one thing. When I was a child, I spent a lot of time with 70 and 80-year-old people. I'm not kidding. It was the weirdest thing. And finally, in my mid-40s, I'm starting to understand it. Whether I was born an old soul, whether wisdom came naturally to me, or because I did this and felt comfortable with grandparents, did I become a little bit more wise and did it rub off on me? I can promise you something, Shirley. There's nothing scarier in the world outside of the health and well-being of yourself and your loved ones, which is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 11 is regret. There's nothing scarier than regret. You wanna see real pain outside of death and illness? Go talk to somebody who's 67, 74, 82, 91, talk about life. They will always talk with pain in their eyes about the things they didn't do. So for me, a lot of what I've been thinking about is mindset and why optimism works. Literally 7 minutes ago, in the green room. I'm on the phone with executives at VaynerMedia. I'm getting texts of a scope that we expected to sign, failed, $1 million, literally counting on $1 million, gone, zero, not happening, right? Another pitch, we were in the final two, $8 million, didn't get it. Literally in 47 seconds, step back in the back room, I lost $9 million. And I'll be very frank with you, I'm fucking pumped about it. I genuinely like losing. I like learning from it. I was like thinking about like why, what happened, where'd we go, where was the misstep, why? Like it's really incredible. And look, when you can afford to lose it, and I'm sure people are thinking this, it's easier, I get it. It's not like I lost 9 million, Vayner lost 9 million in revenue, but to me, it's not about anything other than mindset.